Okay. If you can hear us, we would appreciate it if you would let us know. Unsupported resolution. Okay. So we are going to have to stop for a second and redo this because we just saw something that needs to be changed in our settings. So we will be right back, folks. One more. All right, folks. I think we are here and we are back. It says our stream health is a little bit iffy, but we're going to check this out. I can tell that our resolution is not that great. We're actually trying a different service. We've been trying to troubleshoot some of our streaming issues this week. So just kind of bear with us. Hopefully we won't have to stop this again. And welcome. Welcome to Real Estate for Real People, where the average person can feel free to ask questions and get some straight answers. And I'm Kimberly Adams Mann.
And I'm Russell Mann. And we are the Adams Mann team at Shore West Realtors.
Absolutely. And TAMThomes.com.
And TAMThomes.com.
Yes, can't forget that. So this week in real estate news, let's talk about that straight away. This week in real estate news, what's up, Russ? What did we find out this week?
We found out that home sales are down by 12.8%.
Yep. Home sales in July dropped 12.8% from June.
Yes.
And that sounds terrible. It sounds like homes aren't selling, like there's a problem. Here's the thing, folks. You always have to be careful when you're listening to stats, because stats can be skewed in lots of different directions. Because the reality is what?
It's low inventory.
Yeah, but what's...
The low inventory and the new...
No. It says home sales dropped in July to June. However, year on year, how did this home sales do?
They were actually up 4.3%.
Exactly. So that's kind of where you have to pay attention, because while the home sales may have dropped in July, they're actually up year on year.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, new home sales are up 4.3%.
Yes.
So, that's another thing, is that a lot of people are building instead of buying. And that is, as you said, a result of low inventory.
The low inventory. Builders have seen this, that, for every home that's up for sale, there are multiple buyers. And so therefore, they're getting over asking prices, it's driving the prices up. And so the builders have started, building with a vengeance again.
Yeah, because it's good for them from a business point of view. So,
however, not so many lower cost homes.
That's kind of what we're looking for. Right now, at least in the Racine and Kenosha market, the hot price point is really between about $175 and $250. You just cannot find homes for that price almost anywhere. So the problem is, when you don't have homes for that price, and the problem is builders are not building for that price either.
No. Builders, most new build homes are over 300.
Well, they start at 300.
Closer to 4.
Yeah. I mean, if you're looking at new home construction, you are looking at 300,000 plus as a baseline, pretty much. Yeah. We'd love to see some builders get some inexpensive, smaller city-style lots and, get permission to do that. Maybe put something that's only, look, we've got a whole bunch in the 1960s that were built that were 1,000 square foot homes. Right now, builders aren't really building below 1,500 square foot. And I know that's what a lot of people want, but I think there might be a real market out there if a builder went in, smaller lots, smaller homes, but made them more affordable. I think there might be a market for that.
Definitely.
Because new homes are still preferred over existing homes by most buyers. And instead of doing all, granite countertops and hardwood floors, hey, look, a nice, good quality laminate countertop is not a terrible thing. And when you're looking at some of the older homes that have not been updated, honestly, at $175 or $200, a new home, even with laminate countertops, look, you can always update your countertops later. That's something you can upgrade later if you want to increase the value.
And add value to yourself. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And still a 3-bedroom, maybe 1.5 bath, or maybe 2 bath, but not great big huge master bathrooms, but standard size. Maybe a 1,200 square foot house. That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. But speaking of houses that are needed right now, let's talk about the houses that are new to the market.
It's gone off.
Nope, that's all right. New to the market, Russ. All right, what have we got that is new to the market this week?
So we've done our pick of the week, and so our pick of the week from 75 to 150,000 is 1127 Oregon Street.
Yeah, not a bad house. I mean, what's the price point on that house?
That one is 137.9.
Yeah, it's getting harder and harder to find houses that are below the
100,000.
Yeah, really, even 100,000. You're not really finding a good house below 100,000. You're finding a fixer upper at that price, aren't you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Even though we've said 75 to 150, honestly, I don't think we've put anything up that was under 100 as a good house, have we? No, because everything under 100 is not a great house. So keep that in mind, folks, because that's kind of important to understand. So let's take a look at 1127 Oregon Street, though. It is not bad.
So I like the curb appeal on this one.
Absolutely. What's the square
really
footage
nice.
on this?
Square footage is 1237.
Ooh, that's good. Above grade.
Yeah, above grade.
Not bad at all.
It's really good. It's a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath with a 1-car garage.
Okay, so it is only a 2-bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, which might make a good starter home for somebody or a good ending home. Because it is a ranch-style home.
Yeah, so if you're wanting to downsize, it's the perfect home.
Yeah, that's not a bad home. Taking a look at all of that, that's actually pretty nice. I like that. A little 1-car garage, but it has extra parking.
Yeah, you've got a nice long driveway there, so, if you've got guests that come over to stay, there's plenty of off-street parking there.
And this is Racine, right? This is City of Racine?
Yeah, this is Racine.
And of course, that alternate street parking can really drive you nuts. So it's nice having an extra long driveway for if you do have that overnight guest or, you have that really great party and you don't let that one guest drive home because...
Yeah, because we need somewhere to park our car if you have a great party.
Yeah, if you invite us to a great party, we don't want to park on the street. Just letting you know, we're up for that. So, great house here.
Look at that.
That's a nice dining room, actually.
Really is nice.
Yeah, that's a really cute dining room.
You got the fireplace in the dining room, so that's really cool.
Yeah, I like that. Very spacious master bedroom, or basically.
But that's what I liked about it. Nice clean colours. It's got lots of space around the bed. So you got plenty of room to, Yeah,
because they've got a pretty good sized dresser and a large armoire in there, and a good sized bed, and there still seems to be plenty of space. Mm-hmm. So, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Was there any finished space in this one? I know it doesn't say it on the MLS, but did you see any when you were looking at them earlier?
No, it's. I have seen some with nice finished space.
Well, this one does say there's a bonus room on the lower level.
Yeah, there is some finish down there, but they haven't told us what size.
We're going to talk a little bit later about other agents. We're not going to talk about specific agents or anything of that nature, but I am going to kind of vent a little bit later about some of my pet peeves, shall we say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some of my pet peeves.
I've got some as well.
Yeah, I know. We all have pet peeves, but to me, there are certain things that every real estate agent should be doing. I mean, come on, folks. You guys deserve to have great service. And we want to kind of call out some of these agents that are not providing great service. We're not going to call them out by name, but we are going to point them out to you, the things that you should be expecting from an agent. In this one, because we're going to go past this, and obviously, we haven't called out the exact agent's name, but if there's lower space and they're not marketing that is part of the square footage that's available,
then the seller's missing out.
The seller's missing out. And in fact, I have one this week that I'm going to talk about in a little bit, and I'm just like, so upset. But anyway, let's move on.
Okay, so
150 to 250.
Next on the list, drum roll, please.
150 to 250.
We have 2520 LaSalle Street.
Okay.
Another one in Racine. This one's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom with a 2-car attached garage.
What's the price point on this?
This one is $199.9.
Oh, so it's right smack dab in the middle of that price point then.
It is, yeah. It's just under the 200 mark.
So right in the middle. So we were talking
Yeah.
about there being not very many homes on the market that are between that 150 to 250 range.
It's a very popular range, and they're going so quickly
Yeah.
that, you know, the majority that I looked at throughout the week all had accepted offers on, so there wasn't that many still available.
Yeah.
And this one had only been on the market 2 days, so, you know, we've got this one on.
Now this is what was on there yesterday. So we have not had a chance because we've been so busy today to check whether this is even still available today, because they have been going really fast. So that's that could be a problem, because, you know, they might not be going really fast.
Yeah. But I thought it had good curb appeal.
I love those little
really
peaks.
nice. Yeah.
The extra peaks over the doorway and stuff are kind of cool.
Yeah.
Nice built-ins.
Yeah,
I
there's
think
some
I'd
nice
like-
built-ins in the dining room.
I think I'd like to have maybe a more white light in here, though.
Yeah.
Because this almost gives a stained glass look with
I
having
think
those
if
yellow
you had
bulbs.
some white china in there or something like that, it might...
I think maybe if it
give
had an
that
LED
effect.
bulbs or something,
Yeah.
that might make it bright and white and really kind of add even more light to
Yeah.
the room. But look at that. That window seat's really cool.
Yeah.
Love
And
that.
nice hardwood floors. And
Yeah, it looks like
you know.
original hardwood floors, in fact. Very
looks
nice.
really good. And this is something I really loved, is the...
Okay, so this is a deck.
Rooftop
This is a deck,
deck.
but it's a
Yeah.
very special deck.
It is rooftop dining
Yeah,
in Racine.
I know.
How
Not a
cool
whole lot.
is that?
Yeah, so you're like up on the top of this roof on LaSalle Street, and I mean that talk about a private party. There aren't many people that are looking.
You could
up
do
there.
your Mary Poppins bit up there. And your Dick Van Dyke.
Oh no! Please, no Dick Van Dyke.
No chimney sweeps?
No chimney sweeps.
Okay.
No chimney sweeps. All right, moving on though to the 250 to 350.
So the next one on the list is 809 Riva Ridge Road.
Riva Ridge Road. So try and say that 3 times really
Yeah.
fast. Can you say that 3 times really fast? Riva Ridge Road. Riva Ridge Road. Riva Ridge.
No, I can't.
I can, but you can't.
If you can, come online and do it.
And show us, please. Feel free.
So this one's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath with a 2.5 car garage.
All right.
And it's priced at $339 even.
Okay. Aw, that's not so bad outside. It looks kind of
No,
nice.
that looks really good.
Oh, I like that. That's really, really cute. It's kind of a nice exterior look there. Ooh, love that master bedroom.
Yeah, it's really nice. You know, you've got the vaulted ceiling there.
Not sure if I like that lighting fixture. What do you think of that lighting fixture?
It's, well,
It's a different style.
a different style.
I think what's interesting about this is the decorations have a lot of modern touches to it, and then it has a really classic piece of furniture in the corner over here. So this really classic piece of furniture, but you've got the metal frame there, you've got the metal frame there, and you've got some metallic elements there. It's kind of interesting. I think it's an interesting combination.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I like it.
That is kind of interesting. And then the carpeting as well that they've put in there. So I'm not sure. This actually reminds me a bit of a virtual staging, though. Not
Does it
sure.
really?
It does kind of. It has that look to it a bit. We'll have to see. This does not look like it's virtually staged.
I like the space in the basement. I love a good basement.
Love that wet bar back there
Yeah.
from the looks of it.
Exactly. It just had so much space down there. More entertaining space. I'm all about the entertaining space.
Yeah. Definitely about the entertaining space.
Yeah. Either
Absolutely.
outside or inside.
Yep. Definitely. So that's not bad at all.
No.
I like that one. All right, so what do we have next on our list?
So
For
the next one is,
350 to 500.
and I went with 3345 Chatham Street.
Okay. 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, 2.5 car garage. And what's the price point on this one?
The price point for this one is $429.9.
So that's like definitely up there in the. Well, actually, that's about halfway between the
Yeah,
350
it's
to
about
500.
halfway.
To be honest, folks, there weren't a whole lot of great properties that came on the market this week. We do kind of want to apologize. There just didn't seem to be a lot of selection, but we always want to give you what is out there and what's the best of what's out there.
Yeah, we're always looking for the best, what's available on the day. So we do our checks. We look on Saturday, Friday or Saturday to see which ones we're going to pick.
Now, here's the other problem. We do need to point out that this doesn't necessarily mean these are the best ones that came out this week totally, because to be honest, some of the best ones that have come out
already
have
got
sold
offers
like
on.
that.
Yeah.
They sold within 2 to 3 days. These are the best ones that came out this week that have lasted on the market as long as a week.
That are still available.
Right, that are still available, because we don't want to show you something that's not still available, at least on the day of taping. When we do these replays of these streams, they're not always available then, but at least at day of taping, as far as we know, they are still available. So that's kind of important for us to point out to you. So carrying on, 3345 Chatham Street. It's actually not bad.
It's a really nice property. It's laid out well. You've got beautiful gardens at the front. Look at the size of that master bedroom.
Yeah, it's like a bay window in the master.
It's huge. You've got a bay window exactly in the master.
Well, it's not exactly a bay window, but the window itself kind of pulls out in the... I mean, to me, I would want to put a window seat there.
Yeah, I think they've missed the touch there without the window seat, but
yeah,
it's still a beautiful space.
Oh, it's still a beautiful space, absolutely. Me, I would probably put... Now, I mean, obviously with the heat register down there next to that chair, you can't really put in a completely floor to the window seat.
Well, you could, if
but a
you
bench
added
of a kind.
The extra grill.
Well, as long as you had the bench, you know, like a bench version or something that was above it. So that's not too bad.
And this is what I like. You know, I talk about the entertaining space. Well, that's a fantastic outdoor entertaining space. You've got
really
the
cool.
kitchen there. You know, you've got a nice outlook. You've got the trees, nice wall there, and a great patio.
Yeah, that is absolutely gorgeous. I have to agree. That does make me want to go, and relax, right? Yeah, that is a very relaxing looking space. All right, what have we got next? This is our last category.
The last one, folks, is 3411 Michigan Boulevard. You notice they've all been Racine this week.
They have been. I think there hasn't been a lot listed in Kenosha because Kenosha schools started up, and I mean some of the Racine schools I think started this next week, but I think because there were Kenosha schools that were starting last week, a lot of times people don't list their house.
They wait.
This is kind of
This
is kind of a dead time of year for new listings. Just in case you guys are not aware of it, because of the fact that people who are getting their kids back to school are not wanting to also list their house at the same time. So the family style homes or the homes that are owned by families are less likely to be listed. Like
they
last
feel
week
they've
and
got
this week.
enough on their plate, getting the kids ready for school and doing last minute things, spending a few days with the kids, you know, taking them out. It's the last days of summer.
Yeah.
So they're not interested in listing their homes necessarily.
Even if they're thinking about selling their home in the next month or so, they're probably waiting until the kids are back in school before they do that.
Before they list
settled
them.
before they list their house. We have seen that as a trend. Traditionally, in fact, we normally take a vacation around this time because real estate is kind of slower for us. And this year we didn't. We did some other things with our money rather than that.
We're regretting it though. But we didn't have a vacation.
We did kind of miss having a vacation. So we'll talk about a couple of things we did do this week though that were a lot of fun. But before we do that, let's talk about Michigan Boulevard.
So it's a 5-bedroom, 4.5 bath with...
Whoa. Excuse us, folks.
What you did? You went past.
I didn't do anything on purpose.
So it's 4 2.5 baths, sorry.
Russ is going to keep talking about this while I get back to it.
It's got 3-car garage. How nice is that? And it's on the lake.
Whew, there we go. Okay, we're back to Michigan Boulevard. Boulevard. Sorry about that, folks. That was a little bit of a technical glitch there.
It's right on the lake. Now this one has a little bit of a hefty price.
Well, it is over $500,000.
Yeah, it's actually quite a bit over 500,000.
Oh.
It's actually it's 1,699,000.
So basically 1.7.
Yeah.
We might as well just say 1.7.
But
Wow.
then look at this. That's your very own beach.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, you do have your own private beach. So that's like up on the edge.
Just
and
the
then,
back of the house, and then the steps down to your own patio on the beach, plus your own beach.
and it looks like a little
Pagoda there.
yeah, a little gazebo type thing.
And there's all chairs set up on that bit there in the middle. There's tables and chairs up on top there.
Yeah, I can also see the kayaks
The
right
kayaks.
here, all ready to go in the water.
Yeah.
Let's see what else this has. Wow. Look at that master. Well, of course, you should have an amazing master.
Yeah.
But what's really cool about this master, besides the size, besides the really deep tray ceilings, look at that. You've got a double French door onto a balcony that's overlooking Lake Michigan.
And your very own fireplace in your bedroom.
Yeah.
How cool is that, guys?
That is pretty cool.
Hmm.
I have to say, that's a pretty cool house.
And this is the outdoor kitchen. So, you know what I said about the outdoor space, entertaining space, having your very own... Now, we looked at these, didn't we, earlier in the year when we was looking for a new grill.
Yeah.
And we was looking at the outdoor kitchens. They're phenomenal, you know, they're great. And this house has one on your very own
So it seems like
patio.
there's a lot of balconies and patios here because you got the balcony off the master. You have this outdoor kitchen patio here.
Yeah.
And then you've also got the space down by the lake as a patio space as well. So you have lots of great outdoor space.
Lots of it, yeah.
And I
It's
will
great.
say most of these trees are at the back here are deciduous trees, which means in the wintertime even you're going to have that beautiful outlook over the lake of the nice frosty, snowy white, and that's absolutely beautiful too. It's great this time of year, but it's also really, really beautiful for other times of year. All right. Well, I think the next thing that I want to talk about here is I want to go off a little bit. That one was presented really nicely. But before we get into our open house recap, I do want to talk a little bit about some of what's happening, because we're seeing people. All right, let's lay it right on the line. I went to a listing appointment a week and a half ago, and I walked in. I did my entire presentation, offered to list the house. I'm going to say it was under 400,000. That's it. I want to say nothing more other than it was in the under 400,000, between 300 and 400, and did my whole presentation. Told them about our virtual staging and our virtual staging,
Our soft
staging, our professional photography, blah 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 blah, all these things. Gave him our price, and the seller's statement to me was, "That is by far the best presentation I've seen. But please don't be upset if we don't go with you and still bring your buyers." And I went, "Huh?" Okay, first of all, we're not vengeful kind of people. If it's a great house for our buyers, we're going to bring our buyers to it. It doesn't matter whether you list with us or not. That's not really here or there. But what really kind of shocked me was him saying right to my face, he had met with 4 other agents at that point. I was like, 3 other agents he had spoken to. I was agent number 4. And he says, that is the best presentation by far, hands down. That's amazing what you guys do. And he met with another agent in our office as well and tried to list with them, but at a price that wasn't reasonable for the house, and then went ahead and listed it with another agent at the highest price anybody had pitched to him, and that agent didn't even do professional photography. Now, this house is between 300 and 400,000.
Yeah.
And this agent walked in and listed this house with no professional photography. I'm sorry, folks.
Absolutely crazy.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Now, I don't say that every single agent has to do what I do. On our listings, no matter what the price point, we're going to hire a professional photographer.
See, when we list your house,
yeah,
when you ask us to list your house, there's always the question, what's your commission? And you're going to get somebody that's going to come in and say, we do everything they do, but we charge less.
Right.
The truth of the matter is they do not do everything that the others do for the same price, for a lesser price. They cut corners, so therefore they'll take photographs with their own camera or with their own phone. So they won't hire a professional photographer. They don't do the proper staging. They don't market it. They don't pay to market it. Extra marketing, like,
and look, folks, this isn't about having to list with us,
and stuff
because
like
there
that.
are other agents who work at our level who do what we do.
Yeah.
But I don't understand how somebody who has an asset worth between $300,000 and $400,000 would choose to have it marketed poorly. The other thing this agent didn't do is that this house is over 2,000 square feet, and over half of the basement is finished space. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And this agent doesn't even mention that there is a finished space in the basement. So not only were there not professional photos taken, and shame on this agent. I'm saying shame on this agent for saying or for thinking that they cannot take professional photos and that it's not important to market the property. I'm calling the agent out and saying shame on you. Go back to that house. That person deserves professional photography. To be honest, our customers, all of them deserve professional photography.
And they all get it.
Right. But there are other agents that do the same as we do. We're not saying you have to list your house with us. But for goodness sakes, folks, demand great service from your agents.
Yeah, we're not saying you have to come to us.
No.
But when you tick off that checklist, when you're interviewing agents that you want to list your property, ask them, do you hire a professional photographer?
Because look,
do
everybody
you market
knows.
it here, there, and everywhere? Do you do the...
Stop for a second. Everybody knows the first time you see a house is in the pictures on Realtor.com or Zillow or ShoreWest or another real estate website.
Yeah.
And if you don't like the pictures you see, are you going to go look at the house? Of course not. So why would you do this? This is the
and
biggest
the information has to be accurate as well.
Oh, we won't even go into that.
Not putting in this, that there's finished space in the basement. Well, a lot of my clients I've been dealing with this year all want finished space in the basement.
Yeah.
So if they see a listing that doesn't have finished space in the basement, they're not even going to look at it.
Right. They don't even look at it. Like, we say, hey, what if I hadn't been in this house myself personally, I wouldn't know that there was finished space in the basement.
No.
I think there's one picture of the finished space in the basement, but it's not clear that it's the basement. So it could be just as, much the other.
That's another pet peeve of mine. A lot of people are not identifying the rooms the pictures are of. When they put the photographs up, it'll have a number, like number 4, picture number 4. Well, that's no good to me. I want to know if that's the master bedroom, if it's the second bedroom, if it's the third bedroom, or if I'm looking at the basement.
Yeah.
Put it on. It doesn't take you 5 minutes to put the names on it.
All right. Rant over.
That's our rant over for today.
Rant over. Hire a good agent. It doesn't have to be us, but please, for goodness sakes, folks, demand that agents work well for you. Let's get these bad agents out of the market. I really don't want to see them anymore.
Get a list of questions together when you're going to list. Have a list of questions. Hell, you can come to us and ask us, what questions should we ask a listing agent?
Yeah, you don't have to be in Wisconsin to get great service. There's lots of people who watch our video who are not in Wisconsin. So it's okay. And if you go to our website, tamthomes.com, there is a blog post in there, 11 things every real estate agent should be doing for your listing to sell your house. He doesn't know that because I do the blog, not him. So anyway,
it's a listing blog.
It is. It's about listing, and I'm the listing agent. All right, moving on. We're going to talk about open houses today. This week, you actually had open houses, Russ.
2, not 1, but 2.
Yay! Yeah. You had 2 open houses. Yeah. That's amazing. So, where were your open houses today?
So, I was at 2901...
Cottage Drive.
Cottage Drive, that's the one.
2901 Cottage Drive. And we had 2 people through it.
Well, we had 3 groups, really, because an agent came through on a showing as well. So
yeah, but that agent scheduled as a showing, so we're not going to count that one. But we had 2 different groups come through the house.
Yeah.
And it seemed to be a good fit for one group, but they really hadn't started any of the process.
They hadn't started the process yet, and that's why I explained to them the importance of getting the pre-approval before you start shopping.
Yeah.
You know, because these people may well be qualified to buy that, but they may not be. And sometimes if you start going window shopping and you don't really have an idea of the price point that you're looking at, you haven't been to the lender yet, to the bank, we always say go to the lender first, please, because you'll at least find out what your price point is. So if, say for instance, you go to a lender and he says, that's great, you're qualified to $250,000, but you've been out looking at $300,000 houses, then you're going to start comparing every house you see to those ones you loved at $300,000, but you can't buy because you're only pre-approved to $250,000. That's so disappointing. We've always said we don't deal in heartbreak, so we always say to people, go and get the pre-approval first, and then we'll work out what budget you're on, what price point we want to look at. Because you don't even have to go to the top of your pre-approval. We've had a lot of clients come to us, pre-approved to a much higher level, but they turned around to us and said, you know what, we're not comfortable paying that amount of money each month. We still want other things. We want to do other things. We want to have vacations. We want
to have a life.
Yeah.
And outside our house.
And so I'm only really comfortable spending this amount. And we say, fine, that's all we're going to look at then. Mm-hmm. We'll only look up to that amount until you tell us if you're seeing everything out there at that price point and you want to up the budget, then that's your prerogative. Whew. That's not ours.
Okay, you really went off track there.
I'm sorry.
We were on an open house recap.
Yes.
It's clearly pet peeve day here at the Adams Fan Team.
But one of the couples came through without a pre-approval, and that's why I got sidetracked.
Yeah. There we go. All right, back on track. So then also your second open house was at
3011 Trudeau Trace.
3011 Trudeau Trace in Caledonia.
Uh-huh. I've held a few open houses at this one. I don't know why it's still on the market. Well, it has had a price reduction.
We have an idea as to why it's on the market.
It was a bit overpriced to begin with.
It was.
It's now come down. It's below $300,000. It's in Gifford Woods, which is right next door to Gifford School. So fantastic school area. It is a nice property. It's got.
There's a couple of reasons why we think it's not selling, though. And honestly, it's not. That one is not our listing. We were doing an open house for another agent, and we do that. That's one of the great things about Shore West, because we are such a team-oriented company, and that is something to also ask when you're looking to list your home, is find out about a team-related company, because even though we will do open houses on our team, we will sometimes let other people in Shore West do an open house on one of our listings, because they have a whole different sphere of people that they could bring in as possible to market it to.
Yeah, because we all market our open houses. Like, mine will go out on various different
We're very collaborative at Shore West. And so this particular house is not our listing. Therefore, we really need to have, the listing agent is the one that has to have that conversation with the sellers as to what's not quite right. There are a couple of things. It has something to do with things that they can't change really in the house. And so that's kind of unfortunate when there's things about a house that just aren't as popular right now. That's kind of really what it is. It's more about lifestyle, the kind of lifestyle that a lot of people like to live. So that's where it really comes in. So, but it's a great house. 3011 Trudeau Trace is still a great house at $299, and I know those sellers are motivated. So if somebody wants to write an offer, you know what? I would always say, put in that offer, even if it's a little bit, put an offer in at a lower price if that's what you want to do, and let's see if there's a negotiation that can happen. I mean, it never, when you...
They're such a nice couple.
Oh my gosh, such a nice couple. We both met them because the last time we held an open house there, it was mine, and I was there a little bit early setting up my signs, and the sellers just hadn't quite left the house. They have an adorable dog, too.
The little Yorkie.
Oh my gosh, that dog is adorable. So anyway, I mean, it's really tiny and really adorable, and you can't...
They've got a nice jag as well.
Oh, yes, they have a nice car, but their dog is cuter.
English dog, English car.
Yeah, whatever.
Cool.
So anyway, but a super nice couple, really great house. They have done some really nice updates to it, and I can't wait to help them sell it and to get them a proper, buyer. So if you have any interest in Gifford Woods, come see us, because I will tell you, the last house I sold in Gifford Woods was 2 years ago, and it was at $300,000, and that was 2 years ago when the market was not as good as it is now.
Yeah.
So this house definitely is really
should be
well
gone, because it's
really well priced for Gifford Woods.
Bedrooms.
It's just a really good price for Gifford Woods, and it's in good shape, so there's no reason for it. So moving on to our next thing is our tip of the week. Now, our tip of the week this week is a little bit different and unusual.
Yeah.
Because why is that, Russ?
Well, this week I burnt my hand.
Oh,
Yeah.
show the folks. Can you see it? I don't know. Hold it up in front of the. Yeah, you probably can. Show.
Maybe
Hold it up.
able to see it.
Yeah, push it up. Push it right up there. You see that redness on his hand, folks? Let's see here. Put his hand right there. You can see the red right there on the top of his palm. Oh, yuck, 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 yuck.
Well, I was cooking dinner, and I decided to roast off some Brussels sprouts with some bacon.
I love your.
And
Wait. We have to stop. Because, folks, you need to know his roasted Brussels sprouts are amazing.
So
Sorry, go on.
I'd parboiled them. I'd put them into the frying pan with some butter and some bacon, goujons, and then
So good. So
I
tasty.
put them in the oven to finish off.
Yes, it was excellent. Even the peacock wants to get it on it. It just, when you were talking about that, it tipped itself over like it was like, can I hear more?
And then after a while, I took the frying pan out of the oven, put it on the stovetop,
Took
while
the
I
chicken
was
out of the
cutting
oven?
the chicken and dishing that up, and then completely forgot that it had been in the oven and grabbed hold of the frying pan without a glove, and
Dropped it immediately.
dropped it immediately.
Good news was I had just scrubbed the floor, so we didn't lose all the Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
I had just cleaned the floor prior to this.
I think Bobby
which is-
may have got half.
Oh,
of
he
what
did
I
it
was saying.
absolutely. Bobby
Yeah.
knows how good his Brussels sprouts are, and first of all, there was a little bit of language that came shouting from the kitchen. That was the
I
first
did
thing
cuss a bit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, but that was a pretty good. That's a pretty good burn, and that's 2
Yeah.
days later.
Yeah, I know.
This was 2 days ago that
I
you burned
didn't
this.
sleep much that night, put it this way. We had a frozen bottle of water.
That we
big
normally put in
quart-
our cooler for
quart
like.
bottle, so
Yeah.
I
So
had my
cooking
hand
tip.
on that
So
all night long.
so
So
this-
cooking tip is put a glove over the handle. If you've taken something out of the oven, like a frying pan with a metal handle, put the glove over the handle so you can't make that mistake that I made.
Yeah, that was really a painful mistake for you. Sorry about that.
So I had a bandage on it all day today while I was doing my open houses, which kept it nice and moist and clean. I've been putting antibacterial cream on it.
Antibiotic cream.
Antibiotic cream.
That too. Triple antibiotic.
Yeah.
Triple antibacterial.
I put it on 3 times, so it's triple.
No, it's triple. So that's times 9 then. Triple antibiotic times 3 times a day
Yeah.
equals 9
Okay.
antibiotic, right? 3 times 3 makes sense to me, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, folks, we really appreciate you coming and checking out our live broadcast tonight. I haven't seen anything in the live chat this evening for us to respond to. Go ahead and put any comments. We didn't have any comments last week, but then we had some really bad streaming problems last week as well. So,
Yeah.
and I do think that since we haven't had any live comments, we probably should end. We've ranted enough for this week. What do you think, Russ? Enough ranting?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We are still working on our streaming issues. We are trying a new streaming service. We are also working on our internet to see if there are ways to make this better for you guys. So we do appreciate those of you that pay attention and that do tune in every week. Even with all of our technical difficulties we've had, we are going to solve these technical difficulties. So we just so love and appreciate those of you that still watch us, even when it's not great. because you are loyal people and we love you to death.
And we will get there. We'll improve.
We have improved already. This week we have the mic on.
Yeah.
There's sound. That's an improvement from 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
right? And we are trying to work through a new system that kind of helps us keep track of things as well while we're live. So we will we'll see how that goes. But thanks so much for tuning in again this week, guys. We will be here next Sunday. I don't know if Russ will be here right at the beginning, but I will be right here at the beginning because he is going
I'll be up north. I'm
we
doing
should
an
tell
open
you.
house up at Lake.
We should talk
Lake.
about that really quickly.
Yeah.
Because we had a fantastic price reduction by our seller this week. They had the price at $360 and they have now lowered it to $299. I mean, that is a huge
$299.9.
Yeah, $299, $999. So it's just under $300,000. I mean,
Huge reduction.
Fantastic.
So I'm going up there on
Friday.
Friday. I'm gonna do a little bit of fishing.
Well, he's going up to our parents. Going up to my parents,
and then I'll be
he's gonna go
holding
over.
it open on Sunday.
But I'm going to be here in the area, so any of his buyers I'll be taking care of on Saturday while he's gone, and Sunday if need be.
Yeah.
And we also have a new listing coming this week. Can't get you the address yet, but if you click subscribing to our blog, you will see that, and you will probably see a property video sometime this week once we are live and
Cool.
up and running.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah. It's a great house. Great bargain price. It's going to be our top house under $150 next week. I know it. Because it's such a phenomenal house. It has I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait to show you guys this house. It's so amazing. And it's under $150. So it's just going to be so
Cool.
much fun. So Russ is going to be up in Minocqua. So if you have any interest in northern lakefront property, let us know. Because
Yeah.
Russ is going to be up there at an
I'll
open
send
house.
you the details if you let me know.
Absolutely.
I'll send you the details. I'll be holding it open next Sunday.
Yep.
And
then
look
I'll be
forward to
down
meeting you
here,
all.
and I'll be down here at the it's a 4-bedroom. I will tell you that it's a 4-bedroom home. The one that we're listing that's under $150.
Cool.
Four
Wow,
bed,
4 bedrooms.
four
under
bedrooms.
$150.
Yeah,
That's
2-car
cool.
garage. Wow. Yeah, 2-car
Cool.
garage, 4 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, and finished basement space.
Wow.
I know it's a bargain.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that
So,
is.
It's a really great little property. But
Maybe I
can't-
can bring the buyer.
Maybe. You'll have to figure that out for yourself. Anyway, folks, thanks so much for tuning in again this week, and we will see you next week. And if you want to catch us on a replay, we do have it. We'll be playing it on the community, Real Estate for Real People, the group, not the webpage, but the group on Facebook is Real Estate for Real People. And we will be doing a rebroadcast of this, a live one, so to speak, where it's a watch party, so we can sit and answer questions live for you. And we have had quite a few people join in on that and have some chat going on there. So while we're not having a lot of chat on YouTube, we are having quite a bit of chat on Facebook. So if you can join us on Facebook as well, that would be phenomenal.
Cool.
And you can chat with the other people. And that is at 8 o'clock on Tuesdays that we do the rebroadcast of this broadcast, basically. So we will see you later, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.